What's up, y'all? This your girl, Miss Maggie T at Sultry Seconds. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button so you won't miss another post from me. But definitely want to go ahead and get into this another installment of Ask Miss Maggie T. And I know I can go a little long on this subject, so I'm going to try my best to make it quick and short. But the question is, what is a good perspective on honoring marital vows, and when should you renew them? And what are the necessary steps and compromises that need to be reached for a lasting marriage? Now, started off with renewing vows. Renewing vows is pretty much up to the couple. It's not necessary in my opinion. Now, of course, there are things you can do to honor your anniversaries and things like that. Like, say, for instance, 5 years in, 10 years in, you might want to maybe have a new honeymoon, especially if you didn't have one when you first got married. Maybe honeymoons, take a big trip that you planned before, couldn't do it because of income. Just do things that you set yourself up to do before that you can do now at a later date and time, because making it that long is an accomplishment and an achievement. But renewing vows has to be where everything in your relationship is taken care of and you're excited about this vow renewal. It's not nothing that is going to be, oh, I'm going to shut you up and we're just going to do a ceremony because you're nagging. No, you really got to go into it honoring your marriage, being happy that, oh my goodness, we're still together in union. You're my husband, you're my wife, husband, however y'all, how everybody does it. I don't judge. But a ceremony is not necessary. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine. People like to eat and drink for free and watch y'all dance and shake and all that. Okay, that's your cup of tea. So be it. If that's how you want to celebrate your vow renewal, do it. I don't discourage that, but make sure that when you're renewing those vows, you either went to some type of therapy to kind of fix things that might have been a problem before the vow renewal. So like, no, we want to start a new slate going into these new years of marriage. Definitely take care of home. So with that being said, communication. That is the biggest deal in relationships. If anything else, infidelity, all that leads to it after not communicating. So you have to be able to be open, honest to your partner, no matter what the conversation may be, whether it makes them uncomfortable or not. These things need to be heard, because you're not facing your challenges and problems right up front. Especially if you guys are very passionate and loving and you love each other. It's emotional conversations and you're pointing the fingers at each other instead of actively listening to one another. So that person is feeling like, oh, she's not listening to me and he's not listening to me. Situation I had to deal with my own relationship. We're both stubborn, crazy people that want to get the last word in. And you did this. No, well, you did that. Come on, that leads to an argument, and nobody wants to go through that. And of course, husband wants to walk away because he want to avoid disagreements, but it's like walking away is also not resolving the issue. Maybe walking away at that moment, okay, maybe if it's because it's heated, but calm down, take a little breather, woosah it, come back to it when you're a little bit more calmer and you can kind of have a respectful conversation. But everything needs to be addressed right then and there. Get to the root of what's going on. Listen actively. Allow them to speak. Then react. Then say something. Then you in return, you know what? But let me add what I feel. Yada, 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 vent. Okay, I didn't think you feel that way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. You see how that works? Let's do this to fix the problem. Because my rule of thumb is never go to bed upset. Never. You should never lay down next to your mate angry, because guess what? You're going to hit him on the side of the head, or y'all finna sit there and you looking at me wrong. What you talking about? All y'all fighting. Who wants to go through that every single day? Who does? Those couples that just sit there and argue and just pick and nag at everything. There's a reason why. Somebody is not listening to that partner who's out there outcrying, hey, there's something wrong here and I'm not happy. But speaking of, happiness starts within. It starts with you. So if you know you're holding on to some things, you got a drinking problem, you holding on some past trauma, and you just, I'm just angry about life because I don't want to deal with that. The root of that evil, you're not doing your partner any justice, because they have to deal with that backlash and anger and nagging. And it's like, I don't want to come home to my partner because I know it's going to be an argument. So they avoid being around you. They go outside the relationship and look for somebody that's a little bit easier to talk to, maybe better on the eyes, because you just let yourself go and you just, it's like a monster walking around. It's like, I don't want to be here with that crazy person. Instead, fix the root of the problem. Definitely talk about it. Even if it's uncomfortable, you got to have that conversation. It's like, then you'll understand your partner. And then foreplay, think of little gestures. It's like, okay, take what they said, what they need, and apply it. If it's flowers at the desk, if it's Uber Eats at lunch, what time your husband or wife goes to lunch. Hey, I already got an order for you. Check it out. Pick it up at the time you go to lunch. He ain't even got to go out. Or pack him a nice lunch. Fix him a great dinner. She a great dinner. Here, babe, make sure you have something to eat. Here you go. Smooches. Have a wonderful day. And text throughout the day. Hey, man, you know what? You look good with that haircut. Can't wait till you get to the house so we can talk about that. Make them feel better. Oh, babe, you're beautiful. That dress today, it's just making your skin flawless and glowing. Compliment your partner. I don't care how long you guys been married. You still have to compliment your partner. And another thing, they're coming home from work. Let's say you're not working. Take care of home. Clean up the house. Stop laying around watching your soap operas and everything else. Housewives of nothing, of foolishness. And then you got dishes piled up. Kids' homework ain't done. They over there tearing up everything. And you just coming home and complaining. Why didn't you go grab dinner? Like, what do you mean, why didn't I go grab dinner? I'm tired. I worked all day. Last thing I need is my nagging wife or husband getting on me, adding demands on my way out. COVID has created some ways where you can order things, you can cook things. You don't even got to go out the door. But make sure that you do your part in that relationship. Don't make it where it's that one person, because they're feeling overwhelmed. And guess what? They're going to go home and lay down and close the door on your ass. That's the bottom line. And you don't want that either. Then it's like, he's not talking to me, but I want to yell and be mad about some stuff because I didn't do my part and I'm upset, or somebody else pissed me off. And come on, y'all. Whatever is going on outside your home, yes, bring it up just a little bit, but don't let that interfere with your own relationship because you're taking it out on him or her because what happened at work and all that. You also don't bring work home. If you want to kind of brief it, yeah, man, they got on my nerves today. But anyway, babe, I'm happy to be here with you because you're taking this hour out after I get off of work. Dinner is ready. I'm good to go. I took my shower. I'm comfortable sipping my wine with you. And we can just have a conversation as an adult, as my wife. And I'm happy to be there. There's no anger. And we go to bed happy. And we make love and whatever else, because foreplay started outside the bedroom. And you just like, man, you answer the door for me naked? Woo. All right then. I know what time it is. You got to do little things like that. Stop forgetting what you brought into the relationship to start it. You got to keep that going. Meaning date nights. Even if you got kids and you can only do it once a month, twice a month, please take the time out. Even if you got to let them know, hey, you can go to grandma's, or if you're old enough, hush up, here's dinner. We're leaving out for a couple of hours. Get a hotel, bump and grind, and do whatever you need to do. Forget them kids. Make sure they all right. But sometimes kids can interfere with your relationship. And if you keep thinking that that's all you got to do is cater to them, you're having a problem. You got to cater to your husband, wife. Take care of home. Make sure you be attentive to their body, when you're getting sexual. You got to know what they want, and they got to know what you want, and you bring that together, and you make magic. And you try new things. You try toys. You try whatever your liking is. You got to watch a movie. You got to set the mood, music, candles, massages, whatever. Whatever you got to do to make it special and not routine either. When it's just a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, you're not getting any kind of satisfaction from that. Come on, people. I know there's some lazy people out there, but you got to want to spice it up just a little bit. Even if you need help with it, talk to somebody. What can I do to help my husband out a little bit? Maybe I don't know how to do certain things, or ask them. Damn it. Ask your partner. I'm sure they'll be glad to tell you, you know what? Move it like this, lick it like that. I like when you do this. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, thank you, babe. And of course, if you're attentive to your partner anyway, you already know how to move and jump anyway. Come on now. It's not rocket science. You know how they wiggle and jiggle. You know what touches, little things that works for them. Do that. Definitely do that. So communication, definitely active listen. Not to react, but listen, then give your, opinions about things. And of course, allow them that time. But set aside those times, even if it's just 30 minutes to an hour every day that you got to talk, even if it's not face to face, FaceTime. Look at their face, or just call them if it's just even inappropriate for that. You can do it to their work schedule. Let's say somebody's traveling. Take the time out though and just say, hey babe, 6 o'clock, we're going to call and talk. Okay, cool. They're looking forward to it. They know everything that I'm doing. Time stops for that hour because I got to give my dedicated time to my spouse. Definitely. And keep the sex life spicy. Put on a wig, put on an outfit, and make it fun. You know what I'm saying? Try some new things, little creams and stuff. They got so much stuff in these sex shops and, pure romance and candy, whatever she call it, candy bedrooms. They got so much out there that you can be playing and enjoying all the time. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean bringing in another partner into your relationship, especially if it's on shaky ground. Anyway, spicing up your life by bringing in a third party is not fixing it unless you guys are both happy. Happy people. Yes. So fix yourself internally. That way it reflects on your partner when you're happy inside, because you are responsible for your own happiness. That makes a big difference. So fix your trauma, fix everything. So you can go into it a little bit more in a better mindset when you guys have these conversations, because you've already faced your trauma and you have taken accountability to your own actions. People. So communication, keeping your sex life wonderful, open, keep that open dialogue, and date nights, or even if it's just in home, have a week, every weekend, y'all just know y'all put on that music, y'all, watch a movie. It's something that y'all doing together as a couple that it's uninterrupted. Even if it was the kids, that's fine too. Hey kids, we all gonna watch a family movie together. We're gonna have family dinner together. We're gonna go play bowling, do stuff together. Bring that togetherness, because when everyone's happy, it's a happier environment, and everybody is affected by an environment. Definitely when it's not happy or it's unhappy. You know what I mean? Especially if that trauma is where you're drinking and doing things you shouldn't be doing. Fixing the issue will take care of that. So take accountability for you. All right? And that's all I got for the most part. That's really the gist of a relationship. You just got to do your part and make your partner's life a lot easier, and they're looking forward to being around you. Don't be that problem. Don't be that problem, because you got problems that you're not trying to deal with. Then it becomes a huge problem, and y'all separate and y'all fight, and nobody wants that forever. So don't forget what you brought into that relationship to get them. You must continue. That's the biggest issue. But that's all I got for you. I hope that answered a lot of your questions. I know I went a little longer than I expected, but sometimes those are tense topics, But that's all I got for you. Please leave me any feedback, any questions, #Ask Miss Maggie T, inbox me, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you can find me. Leave a comment with it. I will answer your questions next. And I appreciate you guys. Until the next time, this is Sultry Seconds, and I'm out.